Yes, people, how are we today? How are we? How's your Saturday been going? How's your weekend going so far? Well, mine's going really well, and we've got a nice match tomorrow against West Ham away at the Olympic Stadium, and I've got my guest on today. Mike's, big up to him for taking his time and coming onto the channel, and also make sure you subscribe to him as well. I've got his link in the title or in the description, and yeah, man, we're just going to speak about the game tomorrow. And obviously, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you have any questions or whatever, just get them in. So yeah, I'm going to add Mike's into the show now. Yes, mate, how are we?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good, bro. Hope you're well. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on. It's good to talk football. Good to collab, man.
Yeah, man, you're always welcome anytime. Obviously, I'm not home at the minute, guys, so the connection might be a bit unstable. I might be a bit pixelated, or the audio might be a bit off, but we're still here. We're still putting the graft in always. And yeah, man. West Ham tomorrow. A very historic fixture. Obviously, you guys are going to be up for it. You're going to want to try and derail our title charge a little bit. But what do you think for tomorrow anyway, honestly, going into the game?
Yeah, like, the people that know me outside of this know that I'm never confident for any game when it comes to being a West Ham fan, just because I've seen it all before, that sort of thing. And when coming up against a team like Liverpool, obviously it's been 3.5 years nearly since we've beaten yous. Not even that was just sort of an anomaly of West Ham Liverpool type fixtures where every time we come up against Liverpool, the same thing usually happens. We're like, don't make a mistake, don't make a mistake. Usually make a mistake, and you can't make a mistake against, one of the best teams in the league and one of the best teams in the world usually every year, especially when you've got dangerous players up front like Mohamed Salah, who I know he likes to score against everyone, but boy, his record against West Ham is crazy. His record against West Ham is nuts. I think that obviously there's a lot of West Ham fans that love to do the whole copium thing or just love to be positive for the sake of it. When it comes to like individual games and think, oh yeah, we can get something out of this, but none of our previous Big Six records in the recent years has told me that we could get anything from this, especially with you guys only losing one game and stuff like that as well. It's not even like a clash of styles thing where we can get the best out of our team to nullify what you guys have in midfield, defense, and attack. And to be honest, I've been really impressed with Liverpool throughout the season. So I don't really expect anything else, but kind of a similar game to how we played against Arsenal, but maybe a bit worse because I think you're a way better team than Arsenal. You guys are not relying on one player, you're relying on everyone. Everyone steps up. And even the players that maybe don't get the credit they deserve step up this season compared to last season because you guys are just coached way differently. I've been really impressed with you lot. I've not been impressed with us. I think it'll only go one way tomorrow. I think you guys will get over the line.
Yeah. First, man, first. And obviously, we just say players that don't get the credit they deserve in our team. What type of players do you reckon are in that bracket that don't get credit they deserve from probably our fan base? I can think of a few off the top of my head, but what do you reckon, in your opinion?
Sure, it is. It's not even just from like your fan base, like because I feel like from the outside looking in, your fan base still. I like to see. I see a range of players that get the credit they deserve. I feel like even the likes of maybe a Sabozalai who's been doubted has stepped up recently. And even though as a neutral, I'm not the biggest fan of him as a player, but his application this season has been really good in recent times where he stepped in and stuff. Like I've always wanted to see how Curtis Jones was going to step up in like these last couple of years and stuff like that as well, because we know what he's capable of, but can he do it on a consistent basis? Can he also stay fit as well? And I feel like whenever he steps in, he pops up with a goal, a dangerous moment, like big chances, and assist, like willing to drive the midfield. And when you're an academy kid, like you're going to get a little bit of leeway regardless, or you're going to get some of the fan base that are fully against you because you're an academy kid, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. But with Curtis Jones, he knows how to, like, even when he's not the biggest name in the squad, but he can still have the ability to grab games by the scruff of the neck. The Chelsea game stands out to me. The game against Chelsea, he was superb, and that was against a very good Chelsea midfield as well. Like, they were decent as well in that game, like Caicedo and Lavian, to come up against a midfield like that when they're on form, and then to play your own game and step up yourself. And obviously at Anfield, there's a difference between an academy player knowing what it takes to play for the club because they know the club, but also applying that to their actual ability. And that's what Curtis Jones does, in my opinion. With obviously you guys have got the players that always step up, like Salahs and the Van Dijks, and listen, like they're inevitable. They're inevitable. They're world class. They're two of the few players that you can call world class in this era of football, because I don't believe in this era of football there are many of them. But every player that steps in for Liverpool, especially in a system where everyone's confident and it's new and everyone kind of knows each other in a sense, because you guys don't really sign many new players. Everyone steps up. Kelleher steps up when Alisson is not there. Conor Bradley will step up if Trent's not there. Or Joe Gomez will step up if Kanate's not there. Like, I just think, just in general, from the neutral angle, I don't think Diaz got the credit he deserved until he really hit form. And I get there was a lot of doubts of him last season, but I don't think he got the credit he deserved from neutral. Same with Gakpo. I always thought there was a good player in there. Same with Gravenberch. Always thought there was a good player in there. But it's just a matter of systems, because everything's systems now. So the credits are all your players, really. Like, there might be some like players that you might want to move on, but everyone steps up, and that's what you need to, win a league.
100%, mate. You do. Everyone needs to chip in and do their part, don't they? Across the whole team, like especially when we've got a squad as big as ours as well. You do need them players to fill them voids sometimes. Just give us 2 seconds, mate. Let me switch this network so my Wi-Fi is better, because it's a bit too blurry for me. I'll let you be problem. 2 seconds, lad, right?
Yeah.
Right. Are we back on?
Yep.
All good?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah,
all good. All good.
See how it's looking. Yeah, hopefully it's better anyway. That should be better, because that's what I wanted. Yeah, look, mate, with our squad, Gakpo, I feel like he's coming on leaps and bounds this season. I think I said it last night on your show as well. Obviously, Diaz, obviously I've had my doubts also. He actually scored his first. He scored against Tottenham twice the other week, and that was his first league goal since September. Well, league goals since September. He went on a little drought, and that's the thing with me. This is the thing with him. He can have like these moments where he looks amazing for a few weeks, and then he might just kind of fade away a little bit, or just revert to type kind of, where he just goes like just brain dead, and he misses all these sitters and all that, and makes the wrong decision, holds onto the ball for too long. It's like that. The game that comes to my mind, Mike, is the Fulham one, the 2-2. We equalised. It was 2-2, and then we went straight up our end again, and we had the chance to make it 3-2. And obviously there was a ball out wide to Salah that he could have played, and he probably would have buried it. But to be fair, mate, it was very fast-paced at that moment, and I'm fully blaming him for that. But even when he had the ball, mate, like, I don't know if you've seen the highlight or watched the game, but, mate, he could have shot first time, he could have shot after his first touch. But, mate, he took about 1 million touches, and then the chance kind of just went then. Do you know what I mean?
I saw that.
Mess. But at the end of the day, though, look, that was a crazy game, because Fulham are a good side. They're a very difficult team. They just beat Chelsea, and but yeah, man, we've got Chippy Chips Dave in the comments. Big up, my guy. Nice to see you. Nice of you, forgetting Fabianski on your
channel. This is never gonna die, is it? It's never gonna die, bro. It's never gonna die. I blame TikTok for this. But, like, do you know what happened? Basically, it happened recently on my TikTok. Like, I ignored it the first time.
That TikTok comments are the worst.
Yeah, bro. And then they commented it again. It's like, oh, I really thought this was Fabianski. And then I talked about my channel on Instagram, and people were like, oh, I've actually just clocked on. You look like Fabianski. I was like, no. Like, there's no way you guys are agreeing with this. I don't look like Fabianski. It's just we have a similar haircut, and he's 40. So I used to get like I'm not getting compared to a 40-year-old.
No,
like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm 21.
But that's it, though, mate. That's it. As soon as you get one comment off someone saying something like that, we'll all jump on the bandwagon, mate, and we'll try and cook you for it. I got Adam McCullough on Lee's stream. I went live with Lee, and people were saying it looked like Adam McCullough. I couldn't get away from it.
No, I don't see that.
Mate, just the cooking sessions are unreal. Jesus Christ. Right. Anyway, back to West Ham. Anyway, like I said to you before backstage, I thought your transfer window in the summer was pretty solid, to be honest, mate. You got in. What was it? Tadibo, Max Kilman, Somerville, Fulkrug, who was quite good for Dortmund last year. Obviously, Somerville baller for Leeds. I believe he's a good player. I've seen him come on a couple of times for you and make a difference. I mean, the Man United game comes to mind. Fulkrug, yeah, we just spoke about him. And Tadibo, mate, I was surprised with him. I'm surprised that he got hold of him because a lot of big clubs were after him.
Yeah.
Young French centre-back came from, was it Nice, was it, in France?
Yeah, Nice, yeah.
Mate, good player right there, but I don't think he rates the manager.
No,
Because
he
I've seen
doesn't. He doesn't.
all the spats that they've had with each other.
Yeah, yeah. Tried to attack him half time in the Arsenal game.
Yeah. But do you feel like with these caliber of players in your squad, obviously your attacking front as well, like your Kudus, Somervilles, Paquetars, Bowens, and all that. Do you feel like if a different gaffer was to come in, do you reckon he'd like maximise the squad in terms of their ability? Do you reckon he could probably utilise them better and get much more out of that team? Do you think?
Yeah, I do.
Because I really think that as well.
Yeah, like this is the thing. Like a lot of people are looking at our transfer window now and saying maybe it wasn't as good as it was. It's just a coaching issue. The transfer window was fine, and I rated it for what it was. We needed to address a lot of positions. I don't think people realized how bad our squad was last year in terms of. It's still quite an old squad now. They have lowered the squad in terms of age, but it's still one of the older squads in the league. We had centre backs were Aged, Zuma, Ogbonna, and Mavropanos last year, and Zuma ran out of his knees were gone. Again, it's not good. Mavropanos was first season, and Ogbonna was 35. We need to refresh the centre backs. Got Kilman and Tadibo in, very good centre backs in my opinion. It's just the fact that the reason why we conceded so many goals is the manager structure of the actual defence. Like having a back four, Wan-Bissaka, Tadibo, Kilman, and Emerson is the best back four I've seen at this club by far. It's just the fact that this is the worst, the second worst manager I've seen at my club. Like after Avram Grant, that was like 14 years ago. This manager is genuinely one of the worst managers to coach in the Premier League, let alone just West Ham United. Like it's like for the sense of what you need to achieve at, I'm not saying we're like the biggest club in the world, but it's just in terms of below the big six, we should be achieving a lot more than we actually are. And just in general, that was always the case. And there's always going to be the case when you're in a stadium like that. Because at Upton Park, there was no expectation. But we had to have expectation if you're going to move stadium. With the caliber of players that we have in attack especially, Bowen has been used either right on the touchline or up front, not in the pockets on the right, kind of where the positions where Salah gets into, where he can just shoot on goal, which is where Bowen's most dangerous. Bowen loves a goal against everyone. Mohamed Kudus, he doesn't like the manager either. He's fallen out with the manager. But that's why he's played the way he is, and he's been playing on the left as well. A lot of people are going at Mohamed Kudus now. They should be directing their attention to the owner and the manager, because as an owner, you don't keep a manager that's lost the dressing room. And a manager, if you have a talent like Mohamed Kudus, you got to get the best out of him. There's been the theme of West Ham is we buy very good players. We always have. But the problem, well, not always like good transfer windows, but we always have a one or two individuals that shouldn't be at West Ham that we managed to get hold of. Like the Payets, for example, or the Skamakas or Paquetars or whatever. But when they go to a different club is where you see them actually thrive. Because you have a manager that will get the best out of them that actually identifies their profile properly. When you have managers like Moyes and Lopetegui, they don't know how to get the best out of attackers, because they're not attacking managers. Lopetegui, I don't know what kind of manager he is. He's just you just pass him sideways a lot, and that is it. There's no actual intent with the possession, and there's no organization in the defense. So we don't really know what we're actually good at with this team. But we know we've got good individuals that deserve a better squad. Yes, we need more players in certain positions, but that's how bad our squad was last year. Whatever manager is manager of West Ham right now needs to get the best out of what they have right now. We shouldn't be spending another penny under this manager. This manager just needs to leave. Forget January, and he should be gone anyway. But let's say they were going to let him go and wait till the summer, which I don't think will happen. We still shouldn't be spending a penny under this manager unless we needed a replacement, because he's not even getting the best out of the high quality players. So how is he going to get the best out of mid quality players that we may or may not sign? Some of us been mistreated. We needed a player that has a right foot on the left hand side that could cut in with pace and shoot, and that's been underused all season. Yes, Somerville is raw. Yes, Somerville needs to stop diving, and he needs to stop he needs to be more composed when he shoots. That's criticism of him. But if I'm criticizing every player and every player's dropped off, you look at one man, and that's the manager, and then you look at the owner for keeping him.
Yeah. Fairs, man, fairs. That's a good point as well that you just put across. Ravi's asked the question anyway. He said, what position is West Ham dangerous in? So I think he's referring to maybe position on the pitch. What's your biggest threat?
Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
Just Jared Bowen, goal scorer. One of the best, our best finisher, our best goal scorer by far. He's already not about to take over, but he's I think he might be nearly second all-time Premier League West Ham top goal scorer, which is good for him because Jared Bowen's been consistent for a few years now, and he doesn't
Yeah.
really get the credit he deserves outside of us. Really, he doesn't really get talked about. Like the Mbumos get talked about, the Ollie Watkins get talked about, the Isaks get talked about. But in terms of attackers outside the big six, this guy is probably the best in my opinion. He's the best. Like outside of the big six clubs, he's the best attacker in the Prem
Mm.
because this guy's been consistent for years. He's a great finisher. He's not just a player that's like ball to feet goal scorer. He can take on players inside and the outside as well. He can grab games by the scruff of the neck. The guy's unpredictable, and even with what he's good at, you can't stop it. You can't stop it because when he's cutting into pockets onto the left, he's a great goal scorer. Like he's been linked to other clubs before, but he's not going to leave anytime soon because we signed a big contract and stuff like that as well. But he's our main danger. We've got dangerous players around the pitch, but Bowen's the main one. He's always been the main one.
Decent player, mate. And you know what? Like, he's one of these players as well. He come from the Championship, did he? You got him from Hull, was it? Yeah, Hull. So you got him from Hull. And, like, you could argue he's one of the best players to come off the Championship. And this is the thing as well. Like, you've got these type of players that play in the lower leagues in England. Like, you know, and then you give them a chance in a Premier League club at a top side, and then they turn out to be an absolute diamond of a player. And that used to be how it was, like, back, you know, years ago in football. They used to just get the players in the lower divisions and give them a chance to step up. And, you know, most times, mate, they'd shine. Like, look at Morgan Rogers, for example. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, brilliant player.
You got him from Middlesbrough. That's just a prime example right there. There's quite a lot of them. I can't think of that many at the top of my head, but obviously Bowen's one of them to come from Hull. And just look how good he's been. Do you know what I mean? Early doors anyway. Big up, just up to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my friend. I do appreciate that. Question from Ravi as well. Thoughts on both of the midfields?
We like with our midfield, we've addressed a couple positions. Like I feel like Soler and Paquetá should be playing together in the middle, like one playing deeper, one a bit further up the pitch because he persists with an Alvarez Rodriguez or Alvarez Souček or Rodriguez Souček type midfield where there's not enough ball retention, not enough like quickness with the ball. Like I'm still very critical of Thomas Souček. Like he's a very good player for what he is. Like he's very good at getting goals and very good tackler, gets his foot stuck in and can cover ground. It's just if you're trying to play a lot more on the ball, which I don't know if we actually are with this manager, I don't know what we're trying to do, but there's going to be deficiencies in him and people target our midfield in terms of when they're trying to press us because the ball retention, the lack of mobility with Alvarez, Rodriguez and Souček is alarming compared to your midfield with the likes of Curtis Jones, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai. All of these guys are technical players that are mobile in midfield that drive with the ball at the pitch. They've all got good passes on them. So if we're just comparing just the midfields, it's a complete mismatch between profiles and what we have and what they're good at. We have players that get stuck in and can tackle. You guys have got that, but you got technical players. You got like you might not have that out and out six, but that also gives you guys a bit of freedom to kind of just vary it around sort of thing with McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, etc. in deeper areas and just creating, arriving in the box and all that. Like so, if we're comparing the midfields, I feel like you'll get us, you'll get the best out of us than doing that.
Yeah, have you got Souček available tomorrow, or is he suspended?
No, him and Rodriguez are both suspended. Both got yellow cards against Southampton. So
oh dear,
I don't know who he's going to start. I think because he's been reluctant to start Paquetá deeper and Soler deeper. So I think he might go. He might, knowing him, he might go to three at the back. I've just got a weird feeling he might go a little bit more defensive.
Three at the back. Has he tried that system yet this season?
He tried it against Forest and we lost 3-0.
Oh dear.
We lost 3-0 and then we got a red card and he put Sadiba in midfield. I think he'll either do that or he'll have to reluctantly play either Soler or Paquetá deeper in a 4-2-3-1, which is what he should be doing anyway. But we've still got Edson Alvarez, unfortunately, which he has been great this season.
100%, mate. Yeah, Ravi, look, he's always welcome on, mate. If he wants it, he can jump on 100%. We were on last night all together. We had a really good scene there, mate. But yeah, I'd be open to having early doors on 100%. West Ham under this manager haven't been great, and I fully agree, Yusuf. And obviously, you know, big up to you for jumping in the chat always. I don't think they have either, mate. Look, like I said to Mike's backstage before. I think the first game of the season was Aston Villa. And it ended 2-1 to them. But like, when I watched that game of football, mate, it was awful from West Ham point of view. And then I was thinking, like, I've just judged them off one game, Lopetegui with West Ham, but like I've just thought to myself, look at that summer transfer window that he's had. Look at some of the players that were on the bench that game as well, and just look at how the game panned out as well. It was awful, mate. And like obviously you're a season ticket holder. You were there. It's different watching it in real life than on the telly, obviously, because you see a lot more, don't you? But mate, I thought that was a really, really bad performance, and that was probably a sign of things to come. And now we're going into the new year. What you like, lower half mid-table, something like that?
Yeah,
Lower
13th,
half mid-table. You haven't won 2 games consecutively yet this season.
No.
You've had a couple of good wins, Man United, Newcastle, but where do you go from here? Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I just think it's the manager, mate. I don't think he's good enough. I don't know how he even got the job anyway, because he was at Wolves a couple of years ago. Got sacked from there straight away, pretty much. I think he has won Europa League with Sevilla, though.
Yeah, he has, but everyone else.
But mate, yeah, anyone could be in Sevilla and win the Europa League. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because they just win it. It's in their DNA. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their competition. Question from Ravi: does it matter which team scores first to determine who wins the game?
Not in this game. Regardless, Liverpool will find a way to win. We've been 1-0 up against Liverpool before in a couple of games, and Liverpool are probably the best team in the league at coming back from a 1-0 lead. Like we just saw against Leicester. I know it's Anfield, but you've done it away from home as well. Like I feel like if we score first, and we're the best at bottling a 1-0 lead. We're the best at that.
Yeah.
Like every time we go 1-0 up, it's just sit back and we never see West Ham again. We've started quick in games before, take the fans by surprise sort of thing, and then all of a sudden we're 3-1 down, we're 2-1 down. Where if Liverpool score first, then you ain't seeing us come back. It would just be Liverpool just running rampant, and you guys start quick as well. So we've got to be switched on. And we've conceded a lot of early goals this season as well. Not as recent, but just in general this season, that's been a theme. So I wouldn't be surprised if we conceded first quite early.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I don't think Elliot will start tomorrow, Yusuf, to be honest. I think it will be probably. I don't know if he'll go with Szoboszlai tomorrow, to be honest, but he might want a bit more control in midfield away from home. That's obviously Gravenberch, McAllister. That's nailed on. I think he probably will go with Szoboszlai tomorrow, maybe, because he did rest him. We did leave him on the bench anyway against Leicester the other night. Big up my guy right there. I'm not reading your name out, but thank you for the comments. Get this all the time, all the time, lad. Got to proofread these names all the time, mate. Can West Ham stop any Liverpool attacks early? Of course they can.
No.
I think you can. But to be fair, though, mate, we start quite fast as well. Sometimes we get early goals as well. Like you said, you can see a lot early, and then we can score a lot early as well. But the thing is with us, Mike, we're more of like a second half team. We kind of start the first halves quite slowly, and then second half we really just kick on because Slot gets them in at half time. And this is just how good he's been. He just makes little tactical tweaks here and there, and then we just come out a different side. Do you know what I mean? And it's mad how he does it. We could go in at half time 1-0 down. I'll still be confident.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been brilliant so far, to be honest. You'll definitely score against us because we don't keep clean sheets. So can I say that's a fact right there? We are conceding tomorrow. It is going to happen. Jared Bowen's going to get one. Kudus will get one. One of them will score. 100% nailed on.
Maybe. Like we didn't even look like scoring against Southampton. We somehow pulled out the bag. So I don't know, but it's like I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like your first clean sheet without Konate, like for us to be the first one. But like I wouldn't be. But then again, Bowen scoring, that's the most likely one.
Yeah, fair enough. Smash the likes up, people. Anyway, we're on 18 likes so far, which is pretty decent to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. Szoboszlai suspended for this one. Oh, well, there we go. Then it'll be Curtis Jones starting tomorrow. Elliot might get some minutes off the bench. It just depends how the game pans out, to be fair. It really does. Yeah. Loppy seems out of his depth. Mate, literally, I said after the first game, the Aston Villa one, it just didn't look good where it was going. The way he's not utilising some of your most talented players like Somerville and all that, do you know what I mean? It's quite worrying.
Yeah.
And this is what go back to what I said before. I feel like, obviously, we feel like another coach would come into your team, manager, and just get so much more out of that side. Because I sat back and looked at your summer transfer window before the first game even kicked off, sat there and I was like, these could really do well this season. They could be up there. You know what I mean? Top 6, top 7, something like that. Because that window was insane. And then look where you are now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, legit.
It's quite poor. 4-2 win tomorrow to us. I hope so, mate. Just get the job done. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, 100%. What is the best way for both teams to set up in this game? Just do our thing. I think just the way we usually set up. I think I'm not sure about West Ham. Just have a go, I'd say, because our defence is weak.
Yeah.
But how are you defensively? Do you know what I mean? So
we're terrible defensively, like structure wise. Like we've got good defenders, it just the structure doesn't help it. My whole thing with West Ham is no matter how this manager plays, like his setups are terrible, man. His setups are terrible because we sit high up the pitch, but we don't press. So it's pretty much one ball over the top and you're fine. That's probably the worst way you can play against Liverpool. Like against Arsenal, that happened and we conceded 4 in the first half. Or 5. It might have even been 5 in the first half or something. And what happened was like 10 minutes like in that game, we were already 4-0 down. And the players were like, forget what the manager is talking about. We'll just go for it. And they were just pressing on their own accord because it was an unorganized press, but it was aggressive and they were actually winning the draws. If you put these big teams away from home under pressure, like they're not expecting it when you're the smaller team. So and then it gets the crowd behind, then you win more draws, etc. But we've never gone for it in any big game. Never. Like that's never happened. It's just like we might get the odd counter attack and that's it. But in my opinion, we need to stop this sitting back nonsense and not putting pressure on teams that have dangerous players. Because I don't see the point of inviting pressure against teams that have the deadliest attackers in the league. Like, why are we inviting pressure against a Liverpool that have Salah? Like, don't get the ball to Salah. Make sure the ball doesn't get to Salah in the first place. Against Man City, why is De Bruyne and Haaland getting so much of the ball? Don't make sure they don't get it in the first place. Press high, trying to win the duels high up the pitch, so we can have more of the ball. We can be in your box more than you're in ours. That's how I see it. But that Lopetegui doesn't set up like that. He sits high up, but we're not pressing. So we'll just let you pass the ball around the defense, and then all of a sudden, I'm sure one of your players will run in behind and score very easily.
Yeah, 100%. Ravi's going to ask you anyway. He says, in January, what do you want to happen to opposed to what will realistically happen? So, like you said before, like you don't want the manager getting any more money because he's just not using it properly. What would you want? Like you probably want to change, wouldn't you?
Yeah. We should be changing the manager before we change any players. Like you don't want to pay compensation to kick the manager out, but you want to put money in the window. It doesn't make any sense. For me, I don't think we're going to do much anyway in the transfer window. I think that they're saying that maybe a couple players may leave, and then maybe we'll get replacements for that. And that would make sense. Only sign players in January transfer window if there's someone going to leave. As much as we need players in certain positions, there's kind of no point signing anyone if Lopetegui is your manager because he's not going to get the best out of you anyway. Like, as I said, he's not even getting the best out of the top players at this club, the Kuduses, the Bowens and the Paquetás and whatever. Bowens doing well in spite of the manager. He can go a lot higher. I generally think he's one of the wingers that can score close to 20 goals, like, in a season if he's playing in the right system. So, like, he's playing it on his own accord sort of thing. Like, I don't think any of these players are even going to thrive at West Ham with this manager in charge. I also don't know if it's all out there. It's all briefed out there that the players have fallen out with the manager. What player's going to want to come to West Ham in the middle of the season under Lopetegui? They know they're going to fall out with the manager if some of the players that are already there have fallen out with the manager already, and they've only been there for 6 months. So I think we'll probably sign maybe one or two players if one or two players leave, but I don't know who's going to leave. I don't know who's going to stay. Like, and I wouldn't believe the whole like Kudus rumors until the summer. Like, he'll probably leave in the summer because he's got a release clause. Like, Paquetá probably won't leave unless it's the whole betting thing's, been swept under the radar and stuff like that. But anything else? I like listen. We got position we need to address. We've always needed a striker. We've always needed a competition at fullback, like proper competition at fullback. We need midfielders, but it doesn't matter with this manager in charge. We shouldn't be spending a penny and wasting money under this manager. We should just sack the manager and get someone in new. But I feel like if this manager was going to go, he would have gone by now.
That's fair. What do you reckon though? Right, obviously last season you had Moyes, we know that. Obviously you won a European trophy the season before, the Conference League against Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Great night for you, by the way.
Yeah.
European trophy and all that. But was the football last season, like the football was awful last season under Moyes as well. Like obviously a lot of West Ham fans want them out. But what's actually worse, Lopetegui ball this season or Moyes ball last season?
In terms of the general football, it's just as boring. It's just as like boring. It's just a case of the fact that Moyes is a better manager than Lopetegui still. Like
Yeah,
because he at least has an identity. Like we
yeah.
at least know what Moyes' team looks like in terms of the way he's trying to approach a game.
Players will play for Moyes as well. With
Yeah, it's just
Lopetegui, I don't think he's getting respect off many players.
yeah. And to be honest, the back end of last season, I think the players knew that Moyes was going to leave the way they were playing because we got battered every week,
Yeah.
against Palace and Chelsea, etc., and Arsenal and whatever. Like we're battered all around London and stuff like that. We got battered by using the cup back to back with both managers, and we got battered against Fulham last season as well. Like this is the thing with Moyes, it was a case of the squad got better and he got worse. And our players, we were signing better attacking players, and he doesn't know how to get the best out of attacking players. He knows how to get the best of mediocre attackers that are going to work hard. When it comes to like actual talents, like the Pakatars and the Kuduses that do work hard but have more technical ability than attackers that he's used to, he's not going to get the best out of them. And he was approaching games all wrong. It was very one-dimensional, and he was sitting back with defenders that can't defend, like Soufal, Cresswell. Cresswell wasn't playing last season, but before last season where Emerson took his place, like with Cresswell when he was falling off, and again and Zuma were terrible. Like Ogbonna's old, Mavropanos isn't that good. Like he's not getting the best out of the team. If you've got better attackers than defenders, but you're going defensive, that's only going to work one way. You're going to get battered every week. And despite the fact that we finished ninth, a lot of people be like, you finished ninth. Brighton, Newcastle, Chelsea, and Manchester United all were just as inconsistent as us around us last season, which is why we finished ninth. Which is why like Brighton fell off worse than us, but they had a better manager and not a better squad, but they had a better manager and a better coach, but they still fell off. But they also had injury crisis. We didn't actually have that many injuries. People be like, you're spending money now. What if Moyes had that money? What people don't understand is Moyes likes to take over everything at a club. He likes to take over the transfers. So that squad was by his design. So to be fair, our owners are terrible. They're awful owners. But they used to run transfers through agents and stuff. They actually stepped away from those footballing decisions. The problem is they're hiring the manager still, which is a problem. Moyes doesn't believe in a director of football model, so he's doing the transfers. He's the one that designs the squad. He's the one that wanted the squad that he had last season. And we saw what happened. We got battered every week, so you can only blame him. But a lot of people that obviously they're not West Ham fans, and they just see it as league table, fans complaining. What are they complaining about? That's what they see it as, but they don't know all the details and all the context as well. But like, and people are like, would you take Moyes back? No, like last season was still a problem. Last season was still a problem. It's just the sacking or the letting go of Moyes at the end of his contract wasn't a problem. It was the appointment to replace him.
Was it, do you think, with the West Ham players knowing that he was going? That's what obviously, that's why performance levels dropped towards the back end, or do you feel like his style just kind of got a bit outdated and he got found out in a way? Like, where do you think it all kind of went wrong in that part of the season?
I think it was a bit of both, to be honest with you, because like I would say since we beat you 3-2, it wasn't actually the same like a couple months after that, because people don't realize this is, for example, when we beat you guys 3-2, I think we lost a couple games, and we beat Chelsea 3-2, and then it was the end of that. We finished 7th in that season, but we won like 5 or 6 games in 2022. But at this point, I was still like Moyes in. I was very like praising the Moyes, etc. I was very behind it and stuff like that. But he even said at the back end of that season, I think it was actually in the press conference when we lost to Brighton on the last game of the season, we missed out on Europa League and we got 7th. He was like, we need at least 10 players in, otherwise we're going to be battling the wrong end of the table. We got 10 players in. He was the one that wanted to change the style of play. He wanted to change the possession-based style of play, something he can't coach. We got the Pakatars and Skamakers in, but we still were in a relegation battle, got out of it, and won the Conference League. That's good. But a lot of the players that he signs, he doesn't give a chance. So he'll throw you out after a couple games. The Carers went straight away. Skamaka went straight away. Again is now gone. Like, Fornals and Ben Rama, that were 2 of his main guys, went. Like, this was all down to him. This was all by his design. So when we went back into last season, a lot of managers are like tactically setting up against us because they can find out like what our weaknesses are because they know what West Ham team is going to set up. Like everyone knows, like even 3 games before you play West Ham, how West Ham are going to set up because Moyes doesn't set up in a different way every game. He sets up the exact same way. Just the difference is like it is a bit outdated. These kind of managers are outdated. These kind of managers are now going to finish around like lower in the table and stuff like 14th and stuff like. That's why the Sean Dyches are with Everton and stuff. They're never going to go above that under Sean Dyche sort of thing. He's getting the best out of what he has, but that's just another example of that manager of that mold. You don't see them managers anymore. There's no Tony Pulis's. There's no Sam Allardyce's. You don't see these managers anymore. Like Moyes is back in that mold sort of thing. So it was a balance of the players like Kudus, Paquetá, even the defenders. They didn't want to play for him like at that point. Only the likes of Souček and Bowen and Kudus actually get on with it and sort of thing. They don't let anything affect them. Even the Antonios looked tired. Like everyone just looked like they were exhausted of the football. But also, they knew he was going. We've been in this position before where Sam Allardyce left. But 6 months before he left, apparently it was already mutually agreed that he was going to leave. That has happened at West Ham before. That's how the ownership work. The sort of thing. They kind of snide like that. So I think everyone in the club knew he was going to leave anyway. So apart from the Europa League, where we actually did turn up a little bit, they weren't playing it. They weren't playing for anyone in the Premier League.
Yeah, true. Well, good point that you've made as well. Ravi said to me, if we're 1-0 down, for example, at half time, what would I expect to change second half? Slot the mastermind will find a way, I'm sure. I don't know. It just depends who's playing really bad at the time, I suppose. Look, like the other night, I was calling out for subs at half time. I think it was Leicester. I said Jones and Nunes need to get off, and then Jones goes and scores straight away second half. So I don't know, mate. Look, it just depends how it all just unfolds, kind of. But we will find out. And big up, lads. Hope you're well, Chris, my guy. Nice to see you in the chat always. Yeah, man, legend. Mike, what simple things do you feel West Ham are missing in general?
Just technical midfielders and a manager. I think do you know what's funny is like everyone always be like, stop complaining about like, you know, the Součeks of this world and the Edson Alvarez's of this world sort of thing. But I look at like people always like, oh, West Ham can't do this and West Ham can't do that. If I look at a Newcastle, they have an okay coach, but they also have Gimaresh and Sonali in midfield. Somebody who's going to win, and Joe Linton, someone with power. Like, we don't have that in midfield. There's someone that can drive with the ball. Like, Aston Villa have Onana and Tielemans. That's a great midfield. Someone who's going to win the ball back on the pitch and someone who's going to distribute the ball forward. Even the McGinn and Kamara's brilliant as well. They have great midfield options.
And they lost Douglas Luiz as well, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Douglas Luiz has been a great player. Just Unai Emery was finally the right coach for him and stuff like that. I know they're struggling a bit this season, but this is their first season in the Champions League. I feel like people should give them a little bit of leeway in a sense. But I feel like we're just missing the basics of that. And also a striker. We've never really had a striker in my lifetime that we actually got the best out of. So, yeah.
Oh, fair enough, man. Fair enough. We've not had the greatest record at West Ham in the past, but I still expect us to win. But West Ham's so unpredictable. Look, I do expect a win tomorrow. It's not an easy game by any stretch. No game is an easy game. Obviously, last season I think it was 2-2, and Salah and Klopp were having that straightener on the sideline. Season before, I think it was a 2-1, and then I think it was 3-2 to you the season before. I don't know. You just never know how it's going to go. Really, if it was at Anfield, I'd be a lot more confident. We've already played there you lot this season, haven't we? In the cup, the 5-1. And we were actually 1-0 down that game as well. Where the West Ham fans expect West Ham to be. It's not aimed at Mike, but I expect West Ham to be 8th to 10th, maybe sneaking into Europe, but then expecting to be top 4. I felt sorry for Moyes. I felt like, look, when I said this before, I looked at the summer transfer window, I was like, oh my God, these could really kick on. Look at the players that they brought in. And now look at the mess that they're in now. The football is just absolutely awful. I didn't watch a game against Southampton because I was watching Chelsea Fulham instead. Was it Chelsea Fulham that kicked off at the same time? Yeah. I don't know. I was watching that one anyway. And obviously you would have watched it, Mike. And I seen that you won 1-0. A couple of players went off injured or whatever it said. But I'm just guessing from the scoreline, 1-0 away. And
Yeah, we scraped it, bro.
game.
Yes, yeah, we scraped it. But just answering that Chris comment from earlier, like and we got that a lot at the back end of the season. Like, where do West Ham fans expect? Like, what do West Ham fans expect your ninth for? Like, I just explained like the context of it just now. Like, everyone was kind of inconsistent around us anyway, and we only have expectation because we're in the stadium we are in. Sort of thing. We had expectation before Moyes was even there. He done well. I'm not saying like he was completely awful at West Ham. It was just a case of you had what you was good at and you tried to change it, and we saw the signs from the back end of the 21-22 season, and it all fell off from there, sort of thing. Despite winning the trophy, you should have stepped back and been like, I want to end on a high rather than just me running my contract down, the sort of thing. Because if he knew David Sullivan well enough, he knew he was just going to run his contract down and see him out. But it's a case of the fact that if Villa can get fourth and Newcastle get fourth, why can't West Ham, where we're the first non-Big Six team to get Europe 3 seasons in a row, which is what people don't talk about. So if we could get Europe 3 seasons in a row, we can try and get top 4. I'm not saying if you don't get top 4, you must be sacked, but like it's a case of we were ninth, but we never looked like we were going to finish in Europe.
Yeah, like this is the thing. You level on points with Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham have a stinker of a season, but then you look at it this way. Look how the table's panning out. You're only 6 points behind fifth. Literally 2 wins off. Do you know what I mean? That's all it takes. Providing the teams above you also drop points as well. It's just a weird league this season. It really is, mate. Like definitely. 6 points off fifth. Do you know what I mean? And what's separating fifth from fourth as well? 5 points. Like, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? If you somehow got Europe this season with the football you've been playing, mate, we've seen weirder things, haven't we? Put it that way. But like, Jesus Christ, it'll be up there.
Definitely not going to happen, though. Yeah, not going to happen, though.
Charlie says big up Robin Fabianski.
Big up Charlie, for
God's sake.
Yeah, big up Charlie, man. Regular viewer in my chat, bro.
Big up to you. West Ham, they need a manager who can get the best out of the players and make believe in every game, no matter the results. Mate, I just didn't see the reasoning behind the Lopetegui appointment in the first place. All right, he won a Europa League, we know that with Sevilla, but we sent everyone into it then. Do you know what I mean? It's in their identity to win it. I mean, I look at him when his last Premier League gig at Wolves, out the door, weren't he?
Yeah.
Probably fell out with all their players as well, to be fair. That's just what I think. Question for both. Who do you take from Liverpool to realistically improve West Ham? And vice versa for me, who do you take from West Ham to improve us? I think I said this last night on your stream. I think I'd 100% take Bowen. Kudus. Tadibo.
Yeah.
100%. I'd have him in our defensive options, 100%. Because I rate him. I think he's a proper good centre half. Obviously, he's a commander as well. Obviously, he doesn't like what the manager's doing. So, you know what I mean? I'll take him 100% in our team.
Yeah.
But Paquetá, I don't know. I feel like with the whole, thing that's been looming over him, it kind of has impacted his performances a little bit this season. But we know there's a player in there because we have seen him absolutely ball out at times.
Yeah.
I mean, like your attacking options are sick. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like I said this before. A proper manager who knows his way a little bit and who's more tactically astute will just get so much more out of that team. Literally, you'd leapfrog in the table, I think. But when you've got this guy in charge and they're too stubborn to get rid of him, like, you haven't won 2 games on the bounce yet. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to make that next step forward. That's just what I feel anyway. Yeah, man. But yeah, who did you think, Mike, anyway, from our team to yours?
I don't even know who would realistically come to West Ham from Liverpool. That's the funny part. Like, I think I'd even taken Harvey Elliott at West Ham. I would take a player like Harvey Elliott. I've always rated him as a player as well. Like, I don't know who realistically would come to West Ham, but I'd take probably every player, to be honest, apart from Nunes. I think he'd do my head in. But I think just most players, realistic, no players coming from Liverpool to West Ham. But every player in Liverpool squad could improve us one way or the other.
Darwin Nunes?
That's probably one of the players that would do my head in.
When they say shit, Andy Carroll, the disrespecting our baller, Andy Carroll, lad.
Yeah, disrespecting Andy Carroll, man. Shout out Andy.
I've had to give up on us. I'm going to support Spurs now. Who does Harry support? West Ham.
Jesus Christ.
Two depressing support on West Ham now. We've given it up enough time and hate Arsenal, so can't support them. Just trust
If
your
you want to be,
process, Harry. That's all I say.
if you don't want to be depressed, why would you support Tottenham? Look at them right now.
You know the level 1 point with West Ham, Tottenham.
Yeah,
Rob, should Gakpo start? 100%. 100%. He's on fire. Sub to your channel, Mikes. Yeah, good man, Chris. Anyone that hasn't subbed to Mikes, give him a sub. And early doors as well. Two great West Ham fans there with great content. 100%. I'm praying for a 9-0 Liverpool win. Spalding Spanish fraud out my club. That's when it's getting quite peak, when fans are wanting their own team to get hammered.
Legitimately, it was like that for the Wolves game. There was like Wolves accounts with West Ham badges and West Ham accounts with Wolves badges, because it was like the El Saka girl, obviously, and no one got sacked. But like,
stupid, isn't it? Just stupid. El Saka when no one gets the boot after it. What was the point in that?
There's no point.
Home with the Cedar Klopp style of play all day long, mate. I'd take him any day. He's a quality player. This is the thing, like we said with the Championship players before. Give them a chance in a good team. Watch Aldi Forest. Just watch. Do you know what I mean? Morgan Rogers, look at him. Obviously Bowen as well from Hull. I think big Thomas Souček could do a job for Liverpool. 30 million in January, pretty sure.
Charlie's taking.
I mean, you know what? He was good in the COVID season a few years ago. I don't think he's mobile enough in the midfield for us.
No, he's not. Yeah. Charlie's trying to sell him for us. Like, I appreciate the effort, Charlie.
Big up to AJ anyway, my guy. Always supporting the streams, always promoting the streams as well. Love the work that he does. Yeah, man. AJ's a legend. Big up to you. Do West Ham still want Maguire, or has that ship sunk, should we say?
Yeah, bro, I'm so glad that ship sunk. Jesus Christ. I remember that Moyes wanted him. Moyes tried to offer him captaincy and everything. And he was like, no, I don't want to go to West Ham. I don't want to come to West Ham. He didn't want it. He rejected us. Like, we wanted Maguire and McTominay in the same window. Oh my God. And by the way, that's the season when Moyes got sacked, by the way, in that transfer window.
Proper David Moyes signings, them, aren't they?
But McTominay, Souček midfield would have finished me off. That would have finished me off.
Ouch. Simicast, the Greek Alberto Moreno. Yeah, he's not a bad player, but they have Emerson.
Yeah.
Got a left foot and a half, mate. That free kick against Arsenal was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I love Emerson.
I think you were 4-0. It was 4-0 that game, and then you pulled 2 back.
Yeah.
And I was sat there, I was like, could be.
no, in a million years. I didn't even get up. I was there, I didn't even get up.
I was getting my hopes up a little bit, because you scored 2 before half time.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, that would have been. When was last time 4-0 we got battled? Was it Newcastle years ago? They were beating Newcastle 4-0, weren't they? And Czech Tiote scored a worldie. Rest in peace, by the way. Scored an absolute worldie that game. Jesus Christ.
What a game.
I have to support another London side. Can I choose one for you? Watford.
It's technically not even London. You go Dagenham Road Bridge, even that's not even London. I don't know, it's Lane Orient or something.
I don't know. Really don't know, mate. Millwall.
Orient.
Millwall.
Millwall.
I love how Gakpo has turned himself round. He's been great. He's been great, 100%. The Dutch connection with the manager, mate. He's making Van Dijk look amazing again. Van Dijk's always amazing, to be fair. Gravenberch and Gakpo, these Dutch players are flying at the minute. It's all good. AJ, thank you very much, my guy. Just seeing the next comment. McTominay, Souček with a British passport.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He basically is. Yeah.
McTominay in the false 9, lad. He's a good striker. He's a better striker than he is midfielder. That's actual fact.
Yes, that's true. It's true. Later rivals in the box and stuff. It's Ten Hag's dream.
He's got that instinct. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he can't play midfield. Mike, any more news on Antonio? Yeah, Jesus Christ, mate. What's going on anyway?
Apparently, he's I think he had surgery and he's recovered. And I think next time, if he's going to play football, going to be like 9 to 12 months or something like that. 7 to 12 months. So around then. So at least he can still play again, but just it matters about the recovery now. We haven't even seen a picture of him since he's just getting on with it. So
will he come back the same as well? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, even then. And this is the thing, his contracts are actually running out. His contract's running out, so I don't even know if he's gonna even gonna stay at this point, or they're gonna give him a year extension just for him to recover.
Mate, Antonio years ago was a handful for us. every single time. Back when you signed them in like 2015, 14,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
I think the Slaven Bilic era, it was.
Yeah.
Mate, he used to bully us every time. I remember when we played you in the league at Upton Park, you won 2-0. Antonio scored that day. I think Andy Carroll scored as well. And then we played you in the Cup, the FA Cup, at Upton Park again. Antonio then scores again. Scores a volley.
That was when we first. That's when Bilic first played him right back. Funny enough, and like he played right back for like 3 or 4 games, and then Bilic thought he could become one of the best right backs in the world. That's what he said. And then Antonio was like, "Nope, I'm not playing right back anymore. I'm not playing right. Get out of him."
He's also scored at Anfield as well. I think he went 2-1 up that game. He went 2-2. Mate, he was a handful for us. When was his last recent goal against us? He loves a game against Liverpool.
Yeah, because he's one of the most top scored opponents is Liverpool. I think it's second under Tottenham. I don't remember his last goal against Liverpool though. I think he did score the 3-2. I know he got an assist in the 2-1 we lost a couple of years ago, but I don't remember his last goal.
Oh my God, look at this. West Ham can have Mike Williamson if they need a manager. He's a world-class manager. XG, wonderful style to watch. Do you remember Mike Williamson for Newcastle 10 years ago?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember him as centre-back. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Him and Colatini at the boss, mate.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. That's proper Barclays, Alan Bargy team.
And they had John Carver as the manager as well.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, Newcastle, Jesus Christ, back in the day. I hope he gets well. Yeah, so, yeah, we all do, mate. We all do. You know, best wishes to him. Also, definitely. Same as Gallagher in Spain, just doesn't seem to cut out to be top level in the Prem. Well, that's it, isn't it? I think McTominay's doing okay in Napoli. He's doing all right. But Conte's getting like all the Premier League rejects and all that, isn't he? Getting them all together. Lukaku and all that. Lukaku hasn't been that great for Napoli though. I don't think.
Yeah. Even Billy Gilmore's there. Billy Gilmore's doing well. I'm glad he's getting the credit he deserves. So
he's not bad. He's a decent player. Speedy recovery to Antonio, as much as him and Liverpool fans don't like each other. It's all just banter. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Just don't take it to heart. It's all banter. Inject Potter into my veins. Would you take Potter, Mikes?
Yeah, of all the 3 options, I probably would. I think
the other 2 options.
Because like the only 3 that like the options on the 3 that I'd take are like Conceição, the former Porto manager, Maurizio Sarri, who I think will probably be the most ideal, and Graham Potter, because like this ownership doesn't like to pay compensation for like a manager that's in work. They'll only get managers out of work. That's the reason why we didn't get Amorim, because of the whole compensation thing. So I would take a manager, if there's a manager out of work, I'd take a Potter or Sarri.
Was it true that he flown over to London, Amorim?
Yeah,
for a meeting?
He did. Yeah, he flew for a meeting. Yeah, it was close.
He's just gone to a sinking ship in United, hasn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah. He's going to be bored by the end of the season. Yeah, he's going to be bored by the end of the season, man. He's going to look like Ten Hag.
It's all going wrong for them, and it's great to see anyway. Jesus Christ. Even you've beat them as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
This could be 2. We're both on a number at West Ham. We're both aiming high with the shit standards. That's the one, isn't it? Mike, best way to mark Van Dijk?
Good luck. Just hope and pray. It's Van Dijk. It's Van Dijk. Like you just got to hope he has a bad game at this point. Like, this guy's been doing it for too long for me to expect anything different. Like I've not seen Van Dijk ever have a bad game against West Ham because we never give him problems anyway. I don't even know. It's like if you're more mobile than Van Dijk, he'll just read the game ahead of you and just mark the space before you're even there. If you're a big guy, he's gonna. Like, there's no one stronger than him, really. Like, even like, for example, like an Antonio and a Dama, they're probably like struggle in terms of muscly, but Van Dijk still has the reading of the game where, cool, your strength, you might be just as strong as me, but I'm still getting the ball. I'm still an elite tackler, sort of thing. Yeah.
Got all the athleticism, the strength.
Yeah.
The IQ. Yeah. Ridiculous player, man.
Yeah, you just got to hope. You just got to hope he has a bad game.
That's it. We got Del Boy Trotter from Timu as the owner, so we're limited to who we can get.
Yep, basically.
Oh dear, I'm glad he didn't get the 5 at the back merchant. Fair enough. Sarri left Chelsea with the Europa League trophy. Yeah, he did as well. He got pounded out with Chelsea as well. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah,
I think he got them to the Carabao Cup final, lost on pens. Do you remember that spat that he had with Kepa?
Kepa, yeah.
Just said no, I'm not coming off. Because Caballero's a good penalty saver. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He's won a cup for Man City before against us on pens in 2016, just by having a masterclass on penalties. And Kepa wouldn't come off the pitch, and then they ended up losing. You know what I mean?
But I already know that Kepa's now at Bournemouth on loan from Chelsea, and Willie Caballero's in the coaching staff at Chelsea under Maresca, which is how it goes full circle there.
Just mad how it works out. Need Harry Potter, not Graham Potter. Definitely could do with that. Like Mike Williamson suits West Ham. Where are Carlisle on the table? Let me just check.
Managing Carlisle, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. The 24th in League Two, Mike. So would you take Mike Williamson?
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely awful, mate. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. So our game kicks off, I think, is it 5:30 tomorrow? 5:15. 5:15 kickoff. Mike, are you going to get drunk before the game so you don't have to suffer?
Yep. Because I'm going to watch the Leicester City game in the pub, get a couple of drinks down me, and then hopefully I won't be like any form of sober whilst I'm in the stadium just watching the game. I need to just because I got drunk on my last watch along just to watch the game. I'm like, I can't be bothered to watch this. I generally can't. I had to watch last season. I can't be bothered to put up with this season sober. So just get a couple of drinks down me, and I should be fine.
Yeah, soothe the nerves a little bit. It's Leicester and Man City tomorrow, mate. That's not a given for City, I'm telling you. Like,
it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Leicester are going to be up for it. They're fighting relegation. These are the worst teams to play. So I'm City on a horrendous run at the minute, which is brilliant. Give me Voldemort over Harry. Take Hagrid, mate. He's a decent manager. Do you see West Ham winning another trophy?
Not anytime soon. Anytime soon. I would love to get an FA Cup. That'll be the dream. But that's not happening. Got Villa away straight away in the third round. It's just like, oh great, another cup disaster class. I can't wait.
Yeah, the Carabao Cup didn't go well, did it? But yeah.
No.
Do you go to many away games, Mike? Do you get to go to them?
No, I've always wanted to go to a few, but I've never, like, even though I've been so many home games in my life, I've never been able to go to the away game unless it's pre-season. I've always wanted to go to the away game. So
yeah, I've never actually been to an away one either. That's one thing I'd love to do. I'm saving my local club by selling Williamson. Give him a chance. I don't think Mike wants him, to be honest. Yeah, I'm doing a watch along tomorrow. I don't have any standards. I'll tune in and drop you a like early doors. I've also got a watch along on here, but I'll drop in at some point, mate, to give you a like, definitely, 100%. Scouse Farm, hello lads. Also subscribe to his channel, lads. Scouse Farm, amazing content. Hello lads. Can't stay but wanted to throw a like in and say hello. Hello to you too, my mate. Hope you're all well. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday night so far. We will win the playoff final in 5 years. Jesus Christ. You've been on the Prem for a while now as well, though. I think you got promoted in
11-12.
11-12, was it?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there when we beat Blackpool in the final, right at the end. Yeah. So Vaz Tago and all that. That was had to stand on my seat for that.
Yeah, sorry, I said Carlton Cole. Vaz Tago.
No, he scored the first goal. To be fair. So, and then Tom Ince scored against us. The irony, because his dad played for West Ham. But that was a mad game in itself. They actually were the better team in that game. I had to stand on my seat at Wembley because I was like 9 years old.
Mate, these are some throwbacks here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They had Ian Holloway. They had Ian Holloway as manager.
Mate, that's insane. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Ricardo Vaste, Carlton Cole.
Yeah.
Tom Ince. What is going on? Jesus Christ. What's the words? Upton Park was a proper ground. You should have stayed. What's mate? It's haven't you got like a little memorial thing of Upton Park where it used to be?
No, it's just flats now. But
it's just flats.
It's horrible. Like the thing is, the only advantage about going to this stadium, to Upton Park, is the fact that it's closer to where I live. But that's it. That's the only advantage. Like going to Upton Park, like I went there 4 seasons.
Tough ground that as well, mate. Tough ground to go to.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if we had stayed there wouldn't be any complaints or expectations. We kind of just been carried on the way we always do every season. But it's like we've won the trophy, and it'd be like, oh, if we didn't move stadium, would we have won the trophy? But then again, was it was it worth it for everything that we've also gone through around that with all the seasons that we've had to put up with, and like from 2016 onwards? But obviously, I think I would have loved. Obviously, everyone would have loved to just stay at Upton Park, but it kind of is what it is now.
Yeah, mate, tough ground to go to. I definitely did dread going to Upton Park. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah,
Definitely. But yeah, you moved out of there. Was it 15, 16, weren't it? And then
yeah.
you won your last game against, was it Man United 3-2?
Yep.
You come back from 2-1 down. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was a mad game for you there. Jesus Christ. Back in the Dimitri Payet days, mate. I'll never forget that free kick he scored against Crystal Palace. Like,
oh yeah, I was behind the goal.
Just the vital laws of physics, mate. That's what he did.
Yeah, I was behind the goal, right up in the. I was above the away fans behind the goal for that season. It's just like we didn't know where the ball was going when it was in the air. It was just like, what on earth? But when he hit the back of the net, it's just like watching Payet. It was like you knew something was going to happen every time he had the ball.
100%. I don't know if I can't be asked doing my Carlisle Accrington Stanley watch along tomorrow. Jesus Christ. You know what? Fair play to you if you do it, mate. That's dedication. I'm not going to lie to you. Sub to your scouts. Early Doors, legend, my mate. Thank you very much. Just, yeah, man. Also, subscribe to Early Doors, people. You know, I said before, Mike's and Early Doors. Top tier West Ham content creators. I love what you do. Obviously, I follow you on Instagram and TikTok as well, Mike, so I see all your clips also. But yeah, anyway, got to bounce, boys. It's 6 a.m. and the little one has awoke, praying for the Nunes triple hat. Charlie, pleasure to have you. Always thank you for coming in the stream. Absolute legend. 2-1 Liverpool. Let's get a prediction. I think 2-1 also. What are you saying?
4-0. I think 4-0. Like, it'll be similar to Arsenal game where we concede a lot of goals. I don't think we'll score against you like we did against Arsenal. You have better, like even though you have better centre backs, maybe by like partnership or whatever with compared to Van Dijk Gomez, you have Virgil van Dijk. You have a better structure as a team. I feel like you're also a better team than Arsenal. I think you're more smart than them as well. So I think you guys will keep a clean sheet. I don't think we'll score. I know you guys don't keep a clean sheet without Canate, but there's always a first time for everything. So I think you guys are always capable of scoring goals as well. So yeah, 4-0.
Yeah. That's a mad scoreline. I'll take that all day. Question for both: which fans will make the most noise? I don't know, just about. I'd say look, Liverpool away fans are unreal. They're elite.
Yeah.
It just depends how the game goes, doesn't it? Like if we end up giving you a good kick in first half, then some of the fans will get off, won't they? And they just won't be honest then.
Yeah, I put it this way: it's London Stadium. We don't create. We don't create an atmosphere in London Stadium because it's London Stadium. It's not built for an atmosphere. It's not built for a football stadium.
It's not it's not as tight as Upton Park as well. You're very close to the pitch as well, weren't you? And you made it quite fierce and it was hard for teams to go to, like I said before. And you can't really get that with the Olympic Stadium, can you? Because Jesus Christ, mate, some of the seats you get in that stadium, it's so far away from the pitch, it's unreal. Isn't it?
But and listen, both fan bases are like very good match-going fans, but like it's always going to be the away fans that make more noise than the home fans in modern day football, just in general, just in most stadiums anyway.
Yeah. Away days, innit? Everyone's bladdered, travelling from wherever. Question for both thoughts on the ref having a say in this game. Mate, I say this every week. I think the refs are awful for everyone in the league. Like, there's no consistency across anywhere in the league. All the decisions that they make, they just completely contradict themselves every single time. I can't stand the refs personally. I don't think anyone can. I think everyone's had enough. But yeah, look, the ref will be bad tomorrow. Probably for us, to be honest.
Listen, this is the thing. Like, refs are bad in every Premier League game that I watch. So I used to be the guy who also did the whole we were robbed and all this. Like, listen, it's a 90-minute game. You can always do better in conceding goals, scoring goals, no matter what happens. Whether it's whether these refereeing decisions happen right at the end of the game, and then the only thing you talk about in that game is the thing that happened at the end. No, the whole 90-minute game, you were awful. So just do better than the other team. Like, VAR is terrible, the refs are terrible, but it's always been like this. When have the refs ever been good at the Prem? So it's kind of just just get on with it sort of thing. Like, I can put up with bad refereeing because I'm expecting it. So what I can't put up with is bad performances from my team.
Yeah, 100%, mate. VAR takes far too long than it needs to be. Yeah, man, you seen it the other night against Leicester. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
These professionals, mate, this is what their jobs are. These are meant to be the pros, and they're taking about 10 minutes to draw the line. It's stupid. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up anyway. Obviously, Mike's big thank you to you for taking your time out and coming on the channel.
problem.
You're always welcome to jump on whenever, you know that, mate. And just before we go, just let the chat know where to find you and what you got coming up.
Yeah, at GVO Mics on all platforms, especially YouTube, trying to hit 1K as soon as possible. Also at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, it's the same at GVO Mics. Trying to post every day on TikTok, and yeah, I'm active on Twitter and Instagram as well. But yeah, YouTube, I've got just reacted to some fan reactions from the other day of some of the games that happened and the 3 o'clock games that happened the other day. So that'll be at 11, and I'll have my Liverpool match reaction tomorrow at 10 as well. And yeah, just the same as usual, be uploading and streaming every day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on, mate. Anyway, let's get Mike's to 1,000 also. That'll be a massive achievement, mate. When did you start doing YouTube anyway?
2021, but I've only been growing this year. Like, I've only been streaming this year. So
well, that's it, mate, isn't it? I think that's the way to go, doing the streams and all that, watch alongs and reactions. It's hard though, mate. It can take a few years to kick off, but as long as you keep consistency, you will get there. Yeah, let's get Mike's to 1K and get me to 400 and get early doors to his next milestone as well, people. But yeah, look, that's it for me today, Mike's. Take care of yourself, my mate, and I'll message you tomorrow after the game, all right?
all right.
Yeah, go on. Peace out, guys, anyway.
Peace out.